Blades, hi. Oh, welcome to me, viewer. They'll be there somewhere, hiding in the background. Okay. I'm usually pretty rubbish at answering questions, and last stream I left you with a question, where to put the game loop. I also had a question which I didn't answer on stream, which was what networking are we going to use? Whatever works, really. TCP plus UDP, most likely. TCP for things like chat, UDP for things like physics, movement, that kind of thing. The UDP is fire and forget, so we'll talk about that as we get to it, I think, really. The TCP is a handshake, reliable, and chat can be reliable and slow with TCP. The game can't, you'll need UDP. Your food's downstairs, Pudding. It's in your bowl. Go and get it. Don't look at me like a numpty. Not my fault. You can't be bothered going downstairs, is it? So, I've got a little window open, just as a test, for OpenGL shaders. Yeah, we've got it there. Tab. Yeah, fantastic. Here's the test. There it is. You can, well, I think it was before Christmas. Oh, I didn't even put things on it. Just made it into a little diddy dinky thing. Okay. I'm getting about 1,000 frames per second on a simple shader test. Yeah, we don't need that many, but hey ho, at least we've got OpenGL, we've got frames per second. We need to duplicate this kind of thing, and that's where we're going next. So that's that. It was a trick question. There isn't a game loop. Watch. Oh, and I've got my debug working, so I'll show you how I did that. La 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 la. There you go. OpenGL 3.3, and it doesn't stop. So there must be a loop, a game loop already going on. That reads a bit too much. See, press the exit, and it stops. So, yeah, we can delete them too, because we already have it. Let's talk more about that, shall we? There's nothing in core. Why did it go red? I don't know. Right, where is... Oh, right. I didn't put it in here, did I? The Pro Dev. Yeah, I've added configs plus debug plus release. So plus debug puts it in debug mode, which means I can now do things like put a red dot there, run the program in debug mode, and yeah, it'll stop at that there. So I can now step over, and yeah, we're on this return exec, step over, return a exec, shows this, and it's running now. There's no more step overs. We're inside this. I didn't step into it on purpose. Actually, I could do, couldn't I? Let's have a look at it. Let's rerun it a minute. Alright, okay. I've got it in debug mode now. So, here we go. So it's step over, step into. Will it? No, it can't. It can't step into it because it doesn't have the assembly code for that. That's fine. Or it only has machine code for it, should I say. Interesting. I'm getting variables now. That's good. It's this a.exec, which is from Q application. A. What I could put is main loop. No, I did that wrong. I just ooped it up. So main loop. And this gives it away now, what this is. Because that's what it is. That's your main loop. So you run your test window to set everything up. You then show the test window and it goes into a main loop. And what's it doing in that main loop? Well, it's running the Q application. And Qt runs on something quite nice. Something very nice. It runs on something called interrupts or events. I think they call it events in Qt, which is rather nice. I like the word events. And they work nicely. That's what all of this stuff was. So if we can get rid of this. When I was setting up the UI, I don't understand. Shouldn't be anything there. Alright, game loop we just deleted, yeah. Why is that here? Oh, right, I modified. Yes, I've been modifying that area, so it's overlapped, has it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's have a look. Restart this. La, 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 la. Nope. Never mind. Alright. Where was I up to? Events, that was it. I was trying to explain events, and it's not usually an easy thing to explain. Where's everything gone that I should have? Oh, it's in test. Right. So when I was building the UI, I was making these slots, and events works on signals and slots. It's all part of QObject, and that's why we have this macro here, which is this massive thing that gives us pushing overrides warnings, meta objects, functions, hidden static meta calls, warnings, and classes. Yeah, Qt classes. And it expands to a lot. It's just a meta object, really. It holds information that we can use for our object, which is test window. Test window is actually a Q object, and that holds a lot of information with it, which means when it registers itself with our Q application in main for signals and slots. So if a signal is received from our UI, like a click on a button, we can do something with it. So That's interesting. So shall we have a look at this F123 button first of all, because we aren't using them properly. So what do we want to do? We want to be able to push a button and it will run a program. This is going to be our test program. So, no, do it the proper way. So this is going to be our test program. This will be our data organizer. Ooh, American. Okay. And this is actually going to be the MMO development. So we can flick between each area to make sure things are working the way we want them to work. We can do the MMO and then nip into our data organizer and just check to see whether the data corresponds correctly with what we're seeing on screen type of thing. The exit button we've already done. How are we going to do this? Right, well, that's going to have to be done inside our UI here at opengl.cpp. I think, yes. So did I put M function? Yes, 0. Okay. Initialize GL. Okay. How's about I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, I think we can do it from here, really. So what I would do is something along the lines of F1. This is what I'm aiming for. Arrow. No, F1. Arrow. Initialize. And then I'd have F2 init. No, initialize. We'll do it properly. Oh, it already has one. Haha. And how it knows that. Right, because it's changed colour, I'm going to put F2 underscore F1 underscore. F stands for function key. So you could put FK, I suppose. I don't know. Function key, you could put it in full. Now, because of that, we are going to need, and I have no idea why core is that. Function key 1 dot h. Oh, it's just unhappy that I've left it empty. Interesting. Let's try funky man. Function key. Don't go there. CPP. And we'll make that 1 as well. I won't rename it that way, will it not? Okay. Alrighty. What would we do here? We would, right, it's a core. And we are in dev mode. So I'm gonna have to use something slightly different here. What have we done with this one? Oh, we've just splattered it, have we? We haven't even protected it with a namespace. And I think the same goes for all of these. Yeah, okay. That's not good. Does it matter? Yes, it does. Right, no namespace for that. No namespaces then. Okay, fair enough. Alright, we'll just get function key 1 up and running, I think. Have you not noticed something? There's something wrong here. Pragma wants. Why haven't I been doing that in my header files? Put it on that one. Now that one's gone red. It's playing silly buggers with me. Wish it wouldn't. Okay, save. Get rid of you for a minute. Save, that's got an error in it. Yes, you should go red, correct. Test window. Save, no errors. Good. So, function key 1. Header file. And you. Your hash include. And it's func key1.h. We're not using namespaces, so stuff that. So far I've said we want to initialize. So it is going to be class. Function key 1. Semicolon. Public. We will have. I'm not putting this as an object, notice. Function key 1. That'll do. Why is it putting dots in? Yeah, go on, we'll have. We're not going to need it, but we haven't got a common. Oh, source. New file. Common .h. I've just realised I'm about to do something wrong, and that's never good. What I'm about to do is write a complete class wrong. So we are going to start now thinking more about that and writing classes properly. If you put, it's the rule of 3, they call it in C++. If you do what I've just done, you need another function. And what I normally do is put it in private. here. And the problem is it's an awkward one to write, so I'm going to write it in common. I've got it somewhere. No, I haven't. No, that's just a game loops. Fair enough. I don't have it yet, but we'll have to. I'll have to do that for next time. Otherwise, we could get into trouble. So, what it is copy constructors. Needed there. It will also be needed in all header files that we've done so far. So the other two header files will need it as well. Sources. This is in core, isn't it? So that goes up above source / core / function key 1.cpp, and just copy that. I try to keep these in the same order as they are on here. That's all I'm doing, so everything is easier to find. Alright, okay. So that's function key 1 added to the fun pile. What did we want? We wanted initialize, didn't we? Yeah. So what we're going to do is void f1 underscore initialize. That's a semicolon. Change that to a 1. That's now legal. That's all we need. Copy, save. Nothing going on here. Copy, colon, make it more members of a function key 1, colon, and the same here, colon. Right, so that's all members now. Empty. Empty. Printf. F1 initialized. Okay, we haven't got printf. Hash include qdebug. Actually, we might already have it. No, we won't. Don't be silly. qdebug. I'll do it. I can't have qdebug. It's not an include error. Don't be so damn stupid. go, QDebug. It's absolutely fine. And I do want to add something, but an Alt-Shift, drag, delete. I do want to add that protected. So I know I'm going to have something there now. Or next session we shall, anyway. I've got to work out a template for it, so I'll do that. Actually, we don't need it here. It never gets here, because I'm going to template it. My bad. Right, so all that's going to do is put after somewhere in here, it's just going to say F1 initialized. Cool. How do we use that? Let's go back to our hash pragma. Make sure that's set up properly. Actually, I don't know why I just did that. There we go, that's better. What's today's date? 14th. Get the records correct. You're thinking, does it matter? Yes, it does. Jogs your memories. Alright, we've got everything saved. Function key 1 is operational. Make sure it's done properly. Yep, that'll do me. Whilst I'm here, I will add. You don't need to, but I do, because it's polite. You don't actually have to add that. That looks better. So, oops. Hash include it. And it's core. What? Core. What's it doing? Stupid thing. Function key 1.h. Correct. Oh. That's correct. Right, thank you. In here, int m function, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have a function key 1 star F1 semicolon. Done it. All right. Save you. Where's our build? Here we are. Pop you on here. So, oh, I'm using M's. So here we're going to use m underscore f1 equals a new function key 1. I've done it again. Where did those dots come from? I don't know. Oh, hello. Thank you. Coyote Mita. Coyote Mita. Ah, okay. Strangely spelt, but with numbers, I think. Hope I didn't totally butcher that, but welcome. Welcome aboard. Any questions? Let me know. If you want me to do any kind of programming for you, or explain any kinds of programming, I'll try my best. But just let me know and I'll do it. Let's see what we got now. We've got our function key, yeah. Which means we can now get rid of these errors. Right, well, we're not doing F2 straight away. Why is that now an error? Because it's not an M. And F1 initialize. I bet I spelled it completely rubbishly, did I? F1 underscore initialize. Oh, seems alright to me. There we go. Right. So let's make sure that's working. This is the first thing that we have to do. We have to make sure that we've actually got our function keys working and that we are on the right track, rather than me diving off, putting a load of programming in and making right cobblers of it. Trust me, I can do that just as well as the next person. Warnings for unused variables, fine. Yep, that's me. Dingy. There you go, F1 initialized, it comes up in the terminal there. Okay, exit that. Alright, we can now close that, close that. Okay, we'll do it from here. Copy. Paste. Paste. So let's just rename this one. To number 2. And let's rename this one to key 3. So I've got 3 programs. And we can do the same with the H, I suppose. Copy. And paste. And paste. This is another reason why I'm using Microsoft. It's easy to mess things around in this because it's only a text editor. It's a glorified text editor. That's all it is. There's nothing special about this program. It's got a couple of plugins. Yeah, they're helpful, but damned annoying. Where's our copies? Here we go. But all it is a glorified text editor. So use it like one. 2. And rename. It's actually better to use this to design a program than it is an IDE. Because if I run this through an IDE now, I should start getting warnings. But I don't think I've done anything stupid yet. No, I haven't, so I won't get warnings just yet. But later on, probably yeah. So all we have to do now is we've done 1, so under 2, we'll call it 2, 2, 2, 2. So that's you done. Have I got 2 CPP? Here we are. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. Oh, save. Okay. Come on. Red lines, what's wrong with you? Function key 2. There we go. Did I get it wrong in function key 1? I thought I copied it. I did. So I've just altered something. Damn. That's better. You should notice it's pragma once. It's a header file. Right. So that's okay now. Say function key 2 is done. Function key 3 header file. Yeah. This is the way you can design and develop programs, but usually you would design it and then program what you call stubbing it out, which is what I'm doing here really. I'm just stubbing out 3 function key usages. Yeah, that's good. Function key 1, yeah, you're good. Function key 3. 3. 3. Simple stuff. Nothing strange going on. Thank you. Worked perfectly that time. So, put them in here. There we go. Lovely. Saves a lot of time later on. Let's do all of that now. That's your setup. New file. Function keys. .h. Hash pragma once. No, don't do that. Did I hit caps lock there? Yes, I did. Ah, bless me. Just do that. 14th, yeah. Where's it put it? Ah, it's put it at the bottom. Alright. In true C++ style, hash include function key 1.h. And there's 2 and 3. There we go. That's the header file I want, and that will also have nothing else in it. Okay. So in here, just take that one off. C and that's 1, 2, 3, and that's F1, 2, and 3. Thank you. Done you? Have we? Yeah, we're done you. No questions? Alright, I'm trying to look more at the stream chat today because I've missed that last one last week and I wasn't happy about it. It puts me off if I miss things and I don't try at least to answer the question, which I obviously didn't during the stream. Bad me. But the answer is both TCP and UDPs from that question. And this time I've actually got them coming up on screen so it reminds me in the box, and I'm keeping it up on screen as a reminder in that box. But I don't actually get to see that unless I look at a different screen, if that makes sense. So, my apologies. Yeah, I'm happy. Just double checking. And that's it, really. See, it doesn't show them as wrong, but they are. Or it should be. Oh, right, we didn't do that. Fatal error. No such file or directory. Okay. Usually spelling with me. Yeah, spelling. So, back to the H. Back to the top, and it's an S. That's all that it is. Come on. Yes, got it. There you go, F1 initialized, F2 initialized, F3 initialized. We now have function 1, 2, 3 being recognized. This is good. This is a good start. But when we press it, it's not really doing much. But I think I've already given it away on this one. Let me get rid of these. I've already put function in, haven't I? Which I start at 0 with a red screen. So let's try F1. Let's try changing the screen color on F1. Red, green, blue. Actually, we'll do that. We'll change it to red. So what we're aiming to do now is just change screen colors to make sure that we've got full. And this isn't as easy as it looks. Blue, because we're going to be using interrupts. That's going to be handled by Qt. This is fun. So what we need to do is be able to set our M function. And we can do that in the header. So signals and slots, okay. Getters and setters. So this is a setter, so it's a void, and it's going to be set function key, and it's going to take in an int, whatever, and that's going to be open brackets m underscore function equals x semicolon space. Done. There's probably consts in there somewhere, but I don't care at this stage. I will look into that. Can't remember off the top of my head where to put my blooming consts. I'll have to do it because I remembered my overrides, but not my consts. Yeah. Okay. That's looking about right now. So if we can set M function, we can do anything we want. And that will be on you. Alright, let's see what we've got. Right, so we can initialize them. That's not a good idea. I've got a problem now. It's a logic problem of where to put GL clear color. Right, we'll do the simple solution first. So what you would do is if m underscored function, open brackets and close brackets, is equal to 1, then we do that. Zero, 0. This is an intermediate stage. This is just showing you what we're aiming to achieve at this point. So if it equals 2, we'll go to the next one. And see how I'm not using the actual function. That's what I mean. I want to show you that it can be done this way first. And you might use a mixture. That's an option. When you see what we have to do, it's quite fun. Right, so that should change the clear colours. We do have an enabled for that as set. So we do have our set function key. We're going to have to call it. We've got to use it, and it's our window that will be using it. Here we go. So it's this UI and it is set no. Exit. So main there, OpenGL viewport I called it. OpenGL viewport, which is an object. Is it that one? Set function. Set function key, there we go. To 1. So this UI OpenGL viewport set the function key to 1. Yep, that's right. It possibly will just work that way. There we go. That's 2. And that's 3. So it's just 1, 2, 3. Simple as. Menu button. Dunno. We could do a menu. Yes, we can do a menu. Looking good anyway. Let's get this going. See if we can get it to go. No, didn't do anything. Right, so it's initialized. It's gone black because I took the red color off it. And nothing happens. Why not? Anybody? No? Okay. I'll tell you why not. Because obviously that's very simplistic programming and not correct. But I mean, it should all go into the actual header files and CPP files. The problem is here. Now, I'll go through this because Qt, when it does this here, this Qt OpenGL widget, it automatically gave us these protected functions, and we have to have them. Well, we don't have to have them. If we don't activate them, then it all becomes a mess. Come on then, Muppet, come on. Alright. You don't know how to sit on my leg. Okay, never mind. Muppet's here. But these functions are special because they are part of and brought to us by Qt OpenGL widget. Upon construction, it will run initialize, resize, and then paint. and line 74 gives the game away. We only do it once. We only actually run that function once. Clicking the buttons will do nothing. If I start scheduling updates, can we still click buttons? That's a question. So, by putting the update in, that will schedule another update for the screen and rerun PaintGL. I don't really want to do this. Is my fan going to go ballistic? There you go. Red, green, blue. Before my fan goes ballistic. So it's this update that we really need. Interesting. What happens if you put that above that? Except for it having to recompile. Can you see it? Can you see the difference? There's a frame missing. The very first frame is missing. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Okay. So what do we really need? We need... I don't really want it here though. We need to get rid of that. Because my fans are going to go ballistic. Because all you're doing there is literally ramming a clear colour in OpenGL through your graphics card at a zillion miles an hour. That ain't really a good idea. Ever. It doesn't make for happy graphics cards. So, first of all, let's work on that, because it's going to be better to get control of this now rather than later. If we do it later, then we could be in trouble. Big trouble. We can do that in going back again to test window. And have I given the game away already in here? No, I haven't. Okay. What we do is we include this. Is going to save us a lot of headaches later. Timer. I don't understand. Do we not have access to it? Okay. Anybody know where Qt Timer is? Ah, wait a minute. Put small t in. Yeah. I think it's Qt. Qt. Big T. Because it's a main one, isn't it? Time. It's still not coming up, is it? No, it's not here. It's somewhere. Look for Qt timer. That's a QML type. There is a Q timer. Where is it? Get to the top, please. It's in Qt plus equals core. Hash include Q timer. Oh, okay. That's the assistant that you get with Qt Creator Q timer. Alrighty. So it's just having a joke with me. And what we'll do, and we'll have a Q timer. And we'll call Q timer main loop. Oh no. Loop. Oh, loop. Will do. Underscore. I can't see us having. Do we have two timers in this or not? Okay. And I'll also have a Q timer for underscore FPS. That's a capital T. I really would prefer that one. I would like them both to be pointers for timers. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to our window and see what we can do with timers. Oh, you're doing it at the beginning. Does make sense, but it looks awful. Good idea, I suppose. Underscore loop. Well, yeah, we'll do a loop first. Equals a new Q timer. What type can we have? We can't specify a type in there. Alrighty. Alright. Don't really need anything then. Doesn't have to belong to anything that I know of. Underscore FPS. And that's just going to be a new timer as well. What's the up and down arrows? Oh, we can do copies. Alright, okay, fair enough. Q time. Blah de blah. I like that idea. Putting the comma at the beginning. Yeah, that might be a good habit to get into. So you put comma space. Comma space. That works better. Yeah, I like that alteration. I don't think we've got any others, have we? No, we haven't. We haven't started on these, have we? No. Alrighty. Right, let's mess with it. I've got two timers now. In here... Hey! Whoa, you're meowing a lot. Oh, bless him, he's meowing. Okay, it's 1 minute and 5. Let's see if I can do you anything here. Okay. Alright, I think you can... yeah, I think you can hear that. So, go and grab a cup of coffee, I'll sort the cat out.
Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad. Resuena por la pared, creando una canción. No quiero perder el ritmo. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad y más solo un trueno de horizontes, seremos miles, crecemos en número, solo un trueno de horizontes, seremos miles, más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad hasta que me convierta en rayos. Más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad más allá.
Hey. Alrighty. I've got coffee now. Yay! Oh, right. I'm a bit worried about the microphone levels on this tape, but anyway. Ho hum. Set up this, okay. Let's do some timers. What we're doing is creating our own interrupt. So, I've got no idea what these timers are in. I haven't even read what the timer class does. So that is not clever of me. let's see if we can get this up to some kind of usefulness. Here we go. Actually, just get it out of the way for a minute. Let's get it properly useful. Oh, that's bright. Oh, that bright white. Milliseconds. Oh, set timer type. Course timer. Here we go. We can have a precision timer. Precise timers try to keep millisecond accuracy. On Windows. Multimedia timer facility. On all platforms. Full second. Okay. Okay. Well, I want milliseconds, so it's precise timer. Can I not state that? I'm sure there was something about that. What? Where did Qt what's OpenGL time query? No. Qt. Oh, that describes the timer event, start, stop, and all the rest of it, so that's inherited. Okay. Okay. That's the one we want here. Okay, set timers. QObject start timer. In your class, which must inherit QObject. Yeah, well, we got that. The disadvantage is the timer event does not support such high-level features as single-shot timers or signals. No. Right, let's get this sorted then. We do need to set our timers. So let's do that. So here, oops, this in there. By doing that, what happens is here we have to do it in reverse, don't we? We can delete them properly. The delete will work properly. So m_fps, and we can delete the one as well. Always do reverse in case one depends upon the other. You can have dependencies in C++. That's in it. Yeah, lovely, sorted. Right, so mloop. Set timer type to a Qt : and it's a precise. There it is, precise timer. Do the same with FPS. So set timer type Qt, and it's precise timer. Yep, thank you. You knew what I wanted there. Alright, next I want the loop to be connected. So it's I'm going to cheat. Hate to say, I'm going to take it out of there because it's a basket to remember. I always... What? Copy. Paste. Oh, thank you. So it's the loop I want in here. And it has to be the address. It wants the address, so star. Signal timeout. Yeah. Okay, I can do that. This slot. And we need a slot. We'll just call it a loop. We need that slot. That goes in testwindow.h. It's not public. Private. Private. Yeah, I'm doing a separate one, I know. Loop. No, that's wrong. It goes there. Void. Loop. There we go. And we can put that under private slots. Which we haven't marked. Private slots. There we go. And it's just a void. Test window. Loop. on this one, mloop. Is stop. Thank you. And then mloop start. I'll use 10 milliseconds. Yep, that works. And that is mloop. We use 10 milliseconds. It just means it's not doing things for 10 milliseconds. And that is very important. It gives your CPU time to do all the calculations it needs to do without worrying about the graphics card for a couple of mo's or whatever. Start. And that's just 10 milliseconds, please. And mfps. FPS. You can start that one. Just starts. Lovely. So we've now got an FPS going. So every time we go through here, what we're going to do is we are going to call for an update. And we do that by putting in UI, and it's going to be main, isn't it? No. Was it open? GL viewport, and it's just update. Okay, so that's where we're putting update. We have taken it from the paint GL here, and we've placed it into a controlled environment using a timer that will delay that request by 10 milliseconds. Then we are not flooding our CPU with graphical updates, which can, well, some people say, well, it doesn't matter, it's Qt, it'll sort it all out. Well, it will, but it's better if you're in control of it rather than not knowing how it's working in the background. So take control and remember to put sugar in your coffee. Oh my god. Yeah, well, never mind. No sugar in the coffee. The other thing this means is that we can have a counter. Which we don't have, of course. No, we don't have. M_f frame counter semicolon. Okay. Again, we'll pop it up here. So m_frame counter. We'll start it at 0. It is a uint, isn't it? I did put uint. Yeah, that's fine. Uints, does it understand uint, or is it just joshing me? Oh, it does. Oh, types H. Okay, fine. So it knows what it's doing. I'm glad about that. Alright, so every time we ask for an update, we can yep. So here, the update, just before we update, we can add to our frame counter. Not a bad idea. Right, that's the end of what our loop needs to do. What else do we need to do? Okay, we need an if statement. So if m underscore fps is greater than 3000, I'll use. It's an arbitrary number, 5000, 5 seconds, 3000, 3 seconds. So if that goes that far, I'd like to know how many frames I've just done. If FPS how do I get the value? Okay. Assistant. I've got sets. Int remaining time. Oh. Okay. Not going to work. I can't read the timer. I don't want remaining time, do I? So int interval, int remaining time, timer ID, start stop. Something missing here. Where's the actual time? I've got a timer going here and I can't read it. Yeah, you can do it that way, can't you? We could just do it that way. Alright. We could just use single shots. In any thread that has an event loop, yeah. Yeah, thread affinities, okay. Alternatives, okay. Connect the time to and update. That's rubbish. Doesn't tell you anything. It's using QTime. Int msec. Oh, I hate using time like this. No. That's bad. I'll do a single shot. That is an M. M frame counter, yes. Okay. That's fantastic then. Don't need to do that. Fantastic. So, do a single shot. I prefer to do it this way. So 3000 I said, didn't I? 3000 milliseconds. And it's going to connect. These have to be changed to something or other. You can't just leave numbers like this lying around. So, MFPS, copy. And it's going to slot FPS. Okay. Does that work? Yeah. Yeah. It'll work. Which means I now need void FPS. So yeah. There we go. Make it a member. And let's get rid of you. Right. So after 3 seconds, what do we need? We need the number of frames over 3 seconds. Local for L. So that's an L, by the way, local FPS. Always put a value in. Alright, that's good. So L underscore FPS equals our frame counter. And this is where it gets awkward. Divided by 3. 0.0f. That might do it. That's legal. That's not really. But that should do it. That should do the conversion for us. That's not C++ 17 though, is it? No, it's not. That's a static cast. You've got to be careful with this in C++ 17 because that's the correct way of doing it. So we're casting to float the counter divided by 0, and that will be this UI. Where's FPS? FPS LCD number. No. Set. Digital count? One of these things don't belong to the other. Property. Oh, it could be. Q LCD number. Okay. Let's have a look at you, Q LCD number. Thank you. Mode hex, yeah. Segment sat, yeah. Digital count is int. No, I want floats. Or do I? There. This property holds the displayed value. Sets the number of digits for the blah blah blah. Base, yeah, that is all done on the form, you don't do it here. That's the keyframe constructor, yeah. Set small decimal, what? It's a double. Okay. That's a double. That's a double. I'm not sure we do it that way. Where is it? Here. So it's just display double num. display L local FPS. Okay, and that means now that our M underscore frame counter equals 0. That's the last thing you do, but we do need to sort out our timer. MFPS, okay, start 3000. Uh, 3000. This is why I don't like this number just being anonymous like this. First thing you have to do when you enter this function is to stop it. It probably automatically stops, but I don't want it doing any kind of overflows or anything like that. Right, that should display the FPS. Can't see why not. And it should be able to give us our updates. What's this area used for? We can splice off into other things from here, like input-output controls, which I haven't even mentioned yet, because we're using the UI, which has its own so far. Let's just give that a build. See what kind of rubbish I've made of that. Anybody spot anything wrong? No? Yes, no? Okay. No? Okay. Wish people would start interacting on this channel. It would really help. 64. 84.67. 85. So we do have an FPS counter going on up in the top left hand corner. Doesn't seem big enough. Qt Creator. Let's just have a look and see what settings it's got. Because it was talking about a load of settings on there. Forms. I'll load it up and let's just have a look at this FPS counter here. Alright. Well, first thing I want to do is click on that. Why can't I click on that? Oh, width. Can I click on that? Huh? Do I have to do it here? I don't seem to be able to get a hold of anything. Oh, something happened. Right, so it's enabled. It's got a geometry which I don't seem to be able to do anything with. It's got a size policy. Let's try 128 by 26. Oh, that worked. Thank you. So I'm having to use a minimum. Very strange. And these can be 12826. Size increment, none. Right, looking good. Ah, base size. I see. 128 by 26. Don't believe this. Palette inherited. Yes, thank you. Font. I really don't care. Cursor, yeah. Mouse tracking, no. Tablet tracking, no. No focus, correct. Context menu pot default, yeah, that's okay. Accept drops, nope. Okay. Accessible description. Alright, okay. Autofill background. Oh. Alright. I'm not sure why I need to do that. Locale, input method hints. No. It does have a frame. Frame shadow. Raised, yeah. I'll put that to 2. Does look better. Just a bit thicker. Oh, we can go to 1 there. That'll be interesting. So that does. Small decimal point. True. Okay. Digit count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Decimal. Yeah. Filled flatten outline. Oh, it's got the start value. Okay. Nothing else. What's that? Int value. Excellent. Everything seems to be working properly now with that. Let's save that out. I would prefer it to be done on here rather than in the programming, because this is in easier access. Right. Well, it is easier to access, should I say. Well, let's see what it looks like. See if I've really rollocked it up. Oh, that's better. That's a lot more readable. Nice. I'm getting 84, 78. Nice. Nice. Now, you might be wondering why I'm getting such low FPS. Well, that's simple. I'll show you. What we were doing before was, well, let's do it. Was putting the update in the other place. Which means take the 0 off there. Take the 0 off there. Now, if we run it, we have problems. Big problems. It's totally uncontrolled. No, 106. Yeah, it's definitely gone up, but it hasn't gone into the uncontrolled area. I think my computer's being sensible for me. But as you can see, it alters it. So you've got to be careful about your FPS. Your FPS isn't always how good your program is running. It just shows you how many frames are being pushed onto the screen at any one time. It isn't frames per second, it's frames pushed per second. So be very careful how you read FPS and what kind of value you give it. At this point, I do want to put defines in. Yeah. How do we want to do that though? That's the difference. There's so many different ways of doing this, it's a bit ridiculous. I was going to use common.h. We can use common.h, can't we? Test window.h. Hash include dot dash. It's not there. Where is it? Source. Source. Common. Can I have that one, please? And in common, I'm going to put all the bits and pieces that I want. So hash define. We'll call it FPS underscore delay. And that is a 10. And hash define and that's 3000. And no, it isn't. That's loop. Loop delay is 10. Put in caps. Time width, FPS time width. Time span, FPS time span 3000. And the reason I'm doing this is tab, put notes. The loop delay is 10 milliseconds for between open GL draw calls. And this one is 3000 ms, which equals 3 secs, between FPS calculations. That's it. Lovely. And we can add to this later. All we need to do is include that, and we can use them, I hope. here in test window. So let's have a look. Common. So 10 is loop delay. There it is. And 3000 is the FPS time span. It's a double, don't need the F. FPS time span. Okay. Tab time span divided by 1000 is the correct way of doing it. Hash define ms to sec milliseconds in a second, and that is 1000. I'm trying to make this as readable as possible. MS in sec. I didn't do it right. MS2 sec. If I make an error where I actually name something slightly differently, I'll go back and change the name here at the origin, because it obviously made more sense to me. There we go. And that should now still work. Yeah, working. Lovely. We have an FPS counter. Still got a 3000 up here. Oh. And that one is loop delay. There we go. That will do nicely. Because what it means is, instead of hunting around for things, variables within your main program and wondering where to find things, just check common to see if you put your variables in here, especially these magic numbers, which can be obviously changed. Your loop delay will probably go down to about 5, maybe even 2 or just 1, depending on how complex the rest of the program becomes. As the program becomes more complex, sometimes you may want to decrease this, but sometimes you actually may want to increase it, because your graphics may not be the bottleneck. It could be your physics. So that gives 10 milliseconds for your physics to run. Not a lot of time, but hey, it is in computer time. That's 1,000 nanoseconds? No. 10,000 nanoseconds? I think it's 1,000. I don't know, it depends if it's American or not. Can't remember. Right, this is all working beautifully now. I'm very pleased with the results. I know it's not a fantastic program, but we are now at the stage where OpenGL can use these function keys properly. And it's looking better because we now have separate function keys. And the first two we've written already. I think. It's in test window. So test program can go in function 1. Test program is here. So I've got that. That's a simple one, isn't it? It's just do this with a couple of things. Oh, we're going to need shaders. Resources is wrong. Delete. Shaders. Amber 3D. Resources, copy. Paste. Can't paste. RPG Dev. Build, yeah. Alright, resources. Copy. No. Alright. Come here. Thank you. Copy fold, please. There you go, it's capital R. And that means our pro has to change. Pro user, SL Pro, thank you. Open with Kate. Where's Kate gone? Ah, there, top. Whoops. So, distribution files, add. That comes under here. And they are in, well, they're in Amber 3D as well, but I want them in resources. Right, that should work. Okay, so I need to do a distribution. Get that out of the way. That's better. So we've got those resources that we can now use. We've got Amber 3D, which we can use. And Amber 3D, if I'm right, let's just have a quick look. Amber 3D, API, shaders. Open with Kate. Tells me that it's going for resources GLSL. GLSL, good. Plus shader name, plus VSH, FSH. VSH, yes. Fantastic. That'll work. So my test program should now work using load shaders here. I will do that for a little bit of a laugh. Because I think it still works, doesn't it? OGL shaders. Oh, that's the assistant. We can close it. I think I modified you to work, didn't I? Yeah, it's still working. So that's giving this out. That's going to be the test program. It's giving out here 1164 as the FPS. Now I know that's wrong, because that is totally uncontrolled and it's stupid. So this is going to change a little bit. And this is going to have reasonable movement speed to make it go at a proper speed, because at the moment it's tied to FPS. It's awful. It's an awful program, and I'll modify it as I go. I'll pop that in. We did that research, I think, before Christmas. So it'll be in 2019 stuff, won't it? Do I redo it for 2020s to show you again, or? I wouldn't have thought so. Right. One unsaved. Okay. Make sure I haven't made any errors. Lovely. And debug console. Inferior one. Process, force, yeah, exited normally. Oh, fantastic. No errors. Fantastic. No, I'm not going to do that today. Just had a thought. So what we now have is function keys and FPS added. So function keys and FPS added to what are we calling this? RPG Dev. Stubbed F1 to F3 .h and .cpp .h and .cpp files. There we go, that'll do it. Done. Let's add it. Let's add it here. And that'll be on GitHub at Amberskies. Oh, for God's sake, we should stop doing this. I'll add that one. And that one. It's just safeties. GitHub code is at github.com/Amberskies. Amberskies Qt. You can search GitHub for Amberskies_Qt if you want. Do not look at the master. The master hasn't been updated. Look at development. As you can see, development is now updating nicely. 1 minute ago. Function keys and FPS added to RPG Dev. There we go. Nice. Yeah, that's good. So I think I did that true. Amber 3D plus shaders. Amber 3D API, yeah. That's right. Yeah, it's under API. That's fine. Lovely. And Amberskies, by the way, if you want to get in touch with me, amberskies@virginmedia.com. There's a contact there. And just thanks for popping by. If you value anything that I do during these sessions of me programming an MMO, or you want something developing of your own, or help with the development, then think about supporting Amberskies. Not me, but Amberskies. It's their money that is being used to do this development. So, yeah, we're on a shoestring at the moment. I refuse to pay to save money, so I'm not getting paid for this at the moment. It's alright, I'm not bothered. I'm enjoying it. Why should I care? So yeah, this is starting to look okay. Got function keys. We've got some OpenGL starting up. We've got our common, which is important. I'm going to add that template to this common. So we're going to have to add common.h to all the headers. We'll do that next session. Alrighty. I'm happy. Are you happy? I've actually quite enjoyed doing that. Oh, 2 hours, 12 minutes overtime for me. So double pay for 12 minutes. I get nothing for that as well. If you do want to support us, please do. No rush yet. I'm quite happy to do this for a year for nothing. Otherwise, I just want you to go out there, have fun with the code. The ideas that I'm trying to put across here, like using a common.h to put all of this kind of things in. I mean, this can go into... This eventually becomes your... What do they call it? Menu options. Yeah, options menu is usually derived from this area. So this becomes an options menu for the user to use. OpenGL will be expanding. At the moment, this isn't exactly what I want. It's close actually to the final piece. But it's obvious what's going to happen here. We have to be able to give each of our function keys, F1 to F2 and F3, control over this. And we have to be able to call them. And that's where the design comes in. So there is going to be... Yeah, I think there's going to be another function added, and this will get removed. So all that'll be left is PaintGL, clear color. And that's it. Everything else will be going through M1 to F function key 1 to 3. Right, that's going to be our next stage, is moving things over, and we can port in our test program, which will be quite quick really, because we've done a lot of the stuff here. All we have to do is load up the shaders, make the object and throw it up on the screen. Not difficult. So, until next time, take care, good luck, and above all, have fun.